Here are the Just No Mother-in-law stories for this video. As always, don't forget to share and like if you enjoyed these videos. Without further ado, here we go! Mother-in-law thinks she can intrude on my Thanksgiving with my family and my significant other is going to let her. I already told her that this year was my year as the last 4 years has been my husband's family or vacation. I told my husband I wasn't going to allow her passive aggressiveness and don't be mad if my mom says something because your mom can't keep her mouth shut. I'm going to have several just no's in my home soon and I'm absolutely looking forward to showing off my shiny spine. I also told my husband to try not to take over everything and make himself look like the star of the show when this cooking thing is a we thing because wouldn't want your mom only thanking you for cooking again, would you? I asked him if it was just his mom and he said, I don't know. I'm very interested to see how this is going to go because my mother-in-law likes being the center of the attention and I'm going to make sure that isn't the case here. It's already going to be a full house and this year my extended family is priority. In a way, I feel like an asshole, but you know what? It's been a long time coming and I deserve this. Maybe some advice on how to shut them both up in nice ways when they, dumb husband and just no mother-in-law, start to gang up on me. Wait, so their husband supports their behavior? Does he not try to back you up at all? The whole holidays are meant for family, but apparently only his family, you know? That's not right or fair. I would not participate if all they're going to do is put you down or undermine you. I would personally tell him that he is spending Thanksgiving alone with his family since they make no effort to welcome your family. However, I understand that this isn't a viable option for everyone, so I guess do you think talking with him about how his behavior is hurting you would help? I'm just curious how he would respond if you told him how negatively you're feeling because of his choice to not support his wife. Yeah, you are his family now, not mommy. Either he is team you or he can sleep on the couch. By not being there or enlisting help, your voice is effectively being drowned out because nobody pays the price except you and everyone else is okay with that? Your husband is of no help in this situation because he likes the attention from his mom much more than he values yours. So if he wants to host his mom and everyone else, leave. Let your family know what's going on and leave. Or enlist your family to help you keep the just no's in line. You don't have a mother-in-law problem, you have a damn husband problem. He is her son's band. Does he always make himself the next star to mommy? He learned well. Titanium spine time, good luck. When you or any of your well-primed family see her about to make a speech, get them to stand up one after another and thank you and your able assistant, their husband, for a lovely meal. And tell everyone else to follow on straight, not allowing her a chance to say a dicky bird. And watch your face get angrier and angrier as each one bangs another nail in her coffin. And how dare your dear husband take all the credit from her little speeches, knowing you did as much, if not more, than he did. Update. Mother-in-law thinks she can intrude on my Thanksgiving with my family and take over my kitchen. My husband was on his break and we were talking about reaching out to a couple of family members to help pitch in with our Thanksgiving dinner. My sister absolutely wouldn't mind at all as we are going to go shopping soon and she's already offered when he drops this bomb on me. My mom said she would pitch in and make mashed potatoes, green beans, stuffing, and baked mac and cheese. Me, your mom does know she's a guest, right? That we are the agreed upon cooks. She doesn't always have to be the center of attention. This is our kitchen, not hers. My home, not hers. Dumb husband. I already told her big food items were ours and mashed potatoes are my thing. Which they are, he makes killer mashed potatoes. Plus, I wanted to make a bacon stuffing. She can do the mac if she wants, but the green beans are your thing. Me, well yeah, because you know I want to make green bean casserole with fresh green beans and my own way. To be honest, suggesting to make so many side dishes is kinda rude and stepping on my toes. You know I want to make stuff from scratch. Dumb husband. Okay, yeah, she can do just the Mac then. I have a feeling I'm going to be dealing with a power struggle come Thanksgiving. I'm already shaking from the audacity. What are things I can say to navigate this? She very much knows this is my holiday with my family and she just has to be the center of attention. Seriously, what a cunt. Honestly, be prepared to take all of her extra food and put it up, and then just never put it out. If she makes an issue, tell your dear husband to handle it. If he tells her bring mac and cheese and she shows up with more than that, be prepared to stow it somewhere. Can you have a cooler in the garage with a bag of ice in it and set her stuff in it? Practice a line you can repeat to her when she gets overbearing. We've got it handled might be a good option. And don't be afraid to repeat and repeat and repeat like you would a particular unintelligent person. Marge, we don't need you to X. We have it handled. Please go sit down. Marge, please remove yourself from the kitchen. We have it handled. Marge, what did I just say? We've have it handled. Go sit down. I think you also need to feel free to take your spouse aside. Tell him his mom is overstepping and it's his responsibility to handle it. Don't worry about ruining his holiday because he didn't worry about it when he invited her. Also, please be ready to call out her rudeness. When she thanks dear husband for the dinner, say, Marge, dear husband made the potatoes. I did everything else. Practice your dead eye stare and a flat, even tone. Be ready to ask her, why do you ask? What do you mean by that? I didn't understand that joke, can you explain? And other passive-aggressive defeating phrases. Good luck. There was a favorite scene from an obscure cartoon that took the put it up suggestion one step further. In the Oblongs, the main family bring a dish to the boss's house for a get-together. Oblongs are poor, but happy. Boss is rich and snooty. The lady of the house takes it pleasantly and says, how divine. Then she flushes the dish down the toilet once they head into another room. She's gonna bring an entire meal with her? No, really? She may even bring bags of groceries with her an hour before scheduled dinner, so you can use her groceries to make the dinner that you've been cooking since 8 p.m. the night before. Meet her at the door. If when she shows up with everything including the mac and cheese, ask her which one of these has the mac and cheese and take that. Tell her everything else needs to go back to your house. We told you you only needed to bring mac and cheese. We do not have room to store this for you. You need to take it back to your place ASAP. We'll even hold dinner until give a definitive time for you. Or have an ice cooler ready to receive her passive aggro bullshit. We'll just keep it all in the cooler for you to take home after. Don't even let her bring it into the house and be aware you may not even get mac and cheese out of it. Mother-in-law, wonderful to see you. Thank you for being a guest. Go, sit in the living room and visit. No, I don't need help. Please get out of my kitchen. Stay the fuck out of my kitchen. This is my family's dinner. You just invited yourself along. Get the fuck out of my kitchen. I would text her directly confirming what she is bringing. Group text works best so she knows their husband is on the same page. Just confirming the Thanksgiving arrangements. Thanks for making so many suggestions. We choose that you make the mac and cheese. Don't bring anything else as it's all under control and we're looking forward to spoiling you with a delicious Thanksgiving meal. I agree, there's too much room for mistakes and misunderstandings if their husband is playing telephone operator. Tell her directly that the meal is planned and if she would bring mac and cheese and only mac and cheese, that would be wonderful. I think that this is a great way to handle this because it's simple, polite, and clear. The only suggestion I might make is for OP's husband to send the group text because my personal belief is that marriage's partnership should have equal emotional labor. Huge update to mother-in-law thinks she can intrude on my Thanksgiving with my family. We leave right after I'm off of work because a huge storm has already hit and we had to go pick up my son in another county. Dear husband doesn't tell his mom and forgot to leave the door open for them, so they have to wait in the cold for a while. My dear husband said, you know how many times I waited in the cold for them to come home while they were out eating dinner together after she had just taken him to the movies. So fuck it. they can wait. This is both a just no brother-in-law and just no mother-in-law thing. All I know is that you can't always try and hide behind mommy's dearest. It doesn't work. On to the story. My husband and I spent a pretty penny on the food and all the ingredients to make stuff from scratch. My husband had called brother-in-law and mother-in-law to pick up some olive oil and butter from the store because they were already right there next to it in the DT of Starbucks. Side note, they were on their way before even telling us they were coming over. We just so happened to call for these two items. Brother-in-law and dear husband kinda get into because he's saying mother-in-law doesn't want to go and excuses and reasons, so my husband just hangs up on his brother. I don't know what happens, but a few minutes later there's a knock at the door and it's my brother-in-law. I let him in and he goes straight back where my dear husband is and he closes the door behind him. They have a huge fight and they get physical outside. My mother-in-law is literally begging my dear husband not to hurt his brother. Dear husband tells his brother to leave and not to come back. He comes back in and sits at the table. My mother-in-law is trying to talk to my dear husband and from the kitchen my brother-in-law calls my dear husband a pussy for hanging up on him in his own home. Mother-in-law is trying to justify herself and brother-in-law's action and my dear husband isn't having any of it. He says something to the effect of, "I don't care, dog, this is my house." Mother-in-law says not to call her a dog, she's not his dog. And my dear husband looks at her and says, "You were able to say whatever you wanted to me and treat me, however, because it was your house. Well, this is my house and I can talk to you however I want to." I kinda stood there speechless because I didn't think I would ever hear him say those things to her, but he did. He rehashes the years of hurt and pain she caused him growing up, and she still had the nerve to blame his father, a man who was absolutely irrelevant in the situation. This goes deeper because on how much of a GC brother-in-law is, and you could clearly see that with the way she defended him. He told his mom to go cuddle baby boy because he is clearly still stuck on the tit. Holy cow, after he kicked his mom out, we had the most amazing Thanksgiving with my family. What a crazy day that was. I'll never forget his cocky smirk as he told him to go get the fuck out of my house. I reckon you should have flared this as a success because yay for dear husband's shiny spine. Glad you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. That was fucking awesome. It's like dear husband just said exactly the kind of stuff we all want to say to these just knows shitbags. Amazing. Sorry, she pushed him that hard that this was his only way to respond, but damn, he did good. Really good. Pat him on the back, but see if you can get him to a therapist ASAP. He's going to need a neutral shoulder telling him he did the right thing. Enjoy the piece. Wow, that's freaking awesome. The only downside is that it wasn't filmed for your viewing pleasure to watch at a later time. I'm glad that your husband found and shown his spine towards both his mother and brother, including the get the hell out of his house. You can use this to your advantage for any other holidays, especially given that Christmas is literally around the corner. I'm so happy that your Thanksgiving was a success. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like will be highly appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.